Good afternoon, students. Ms. Lovely Bacaro, can you please lead the prayer? In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Before you sit, can you please arrange your chair and pick up the pieces of your paper? And please avoid the unnecessary things or remove the unnecessary things on your chair. Very good. Let us now check your attendance. If your name is called, please say present. Baranda, present. Calope, Bunsay,
Present.
okay. There is no absent for today. Okay, for this day, can you still remember what was the last topic that we talked about? Okay, Ms. Galalo, what is it? Very good. Our last topic is all about the religions. So in this world, we have a lot of different religions in the world. But now, we are now move on to, let's talk about lesson 2, the population and urbanization. And everyone, please read the objectives. After the lesson, the students are expected to A. Identify the 3 population processes. B. Relate the ideas of Thomas Malthus to population changes. And C. Predict world population trends. So in these objectives, we were going to hit and tackle this all about. We were going to talk about what is the 3 population processes and know the Thomas Malthus population changes, and of course and predict the world population trends. But before that, let's have our activity. So our activity is called the Scramble Letter. So I will going to present a scramble letter or word, and you will going to discuss or to identify kung ano nga ba yung tamang word na yun. So we have 6 scrambled word. And here is the first word. So everyone, please now start to guess the word. Mortality. Okay, let's just see if this is mortality. Okay, you hit the word. Next, what is it? Fertility. Okay, fertility. Excellent. Next word. Migration. Migration, is it correct? Of course. The fourth, what is it? Malthus. Malthus, is it right? Okay, you hit it right. Next. Population. Okay, this is population. Very good. For the last. Urbanization. Okay, did you see this urbanization? Okay, that is excellent performance. So, how did you find the activity? Is it easy or difficult? Easy. Okay, do you feel it fun? Yes. Okay, very good. So, based on the activity, what did you observe about the words being guessed? So, Miss Bacaro, what is your observation about the word being guessed? Okay, very good. So the word being used is all about the population and urbanization. And later on, we will going to discuss kung ano nga ba yung mga word na nandito sa ating activity. So we have now the population. Miss Baranda, can you please read what is population?
Population is a group of people living in a particular place at a specific time or the number of individuals.
So when we say about population, it is a group of people that living in that specific area. Like for example, in New Bataan, we are going to expect that we have a population of 500,000. So that is the population within that municipality. We have the 5,000 population of individuals living in that particular place. And next is we have demography. Demography is scientific study of population. So the demography, it is the connection between population, wherein the demographers study about which are the population has the more most populated area. And next is we have demographers. To study the population, demographers look at many factors, including the numbers of people, which is the size, how and where they're located, distribution, what groups make up the population composition, and the ages represent in the population, or we call it the age structure. So the demographers also analyze the three processes, which is the fertility, the mortality, and the migration. Okay, the demographers will study about the population. So including the three processes, we have the mortality and the mortality, and of course, the three processes is the migrations. So these three where the demographers look at on how the population grows. Next is we have fertility, a measure of the number of children born to a woman or a population of women. So fertility means is that within that day, ilan yung napanganak ng mga bata. In the course, including the woman, kung ilan yung mga babaeng nanganak within that day. And next is we have fecundity, the potential number of children to be born in every woman. So fecundity is the number kung ilan yung mga anak mo. Like for example, you have 5 children. So that is fecundity. So we have hauterites. So give us a good estimate of fecundity. Example of natural fertility. So hauterites was now living in Canada. She was have more than 12 children. Like I think you have 15 children that are all natural labor. And next is we have mortality. Death within a population of number of deaths that have occurred due to a specific illness or condition. So mortality also studies about the population on where ilan yung mamamatay dyan sa araw na yan, and that case within kung ano nga yung mga sakit yan or within an accident. So that is mortality. It means binibilang yung mga namamatay within that day or within that year. And the last processes that we have is migration. So the movement of people from one geographic area to another. So when we say about migration, it means, like for example, you're living here in the Philippines and your parents got their job in Canada. So there was a possibility na pupunta ka din doon sa Canada, and because of the job opportunities and the stable wages that they have or they offer. And next is Malthus and population growth. In 1798, Thomas Robert Malthus, an English minister and economist, published an essay on the principle of population. He described the relationship between population growth and economic development. So si Thomas Malthus, or mas kilala bilang, he have a theory which is Malthusian theory that because of the economic development, the population will grow within the area. Okay, Thomas Malthus has proposed the 4 principles. And first is we have population. If live and chick will exceed the food supply. So this means that if we were going to uncheck, or we were going to not use the instrument to control the population, it will result in overpopulated, and our food supply will cannot be sustained to that population. It means merong kakulangan sa food supply na hindi kaya because of the population. And next principle is chicks. Chicks and population can be positive or preventive. So when we talk about chick, it is an instrument or useful hacks that we were going to control the population. So according to Thomas, when we are going to check, it can be positive or preventive. So when we say positive check, it is increase the mortality. Like for example, the war, the famines, and the diseases. Like for example, the COVID-19, wherein the mortality increased right now. And next is we have preventive chicks. It is a process and where they were controlled or they will decrease the fertility within the area. They were implemented a family planning in every family. And for the poor, any improvement in income is eating up in additional works. So for the poor, we were going to observe they have more than 3 children. And with that, yung asawa niya is walang trabaho. So the budgets for the food is not really sustained for for this family. And that will be the last is the wealthy and well-educated already exercise preventive checks. So the wealthy or the in the high class, they will train or they exercise the preventive checks, which is they are used in control or family planning. And the future world population growth. The world population is projected to reach 8.5 billion in 2030 and to increase further to 9.7 billion in 2050 and 11.2 billion by 21,000. These figures are based on the median projection variant which assume a decline of fertility for countries where large families are still prevalent as well as a slight increase of fertility in several countries with fewer than 2 children per woman. On average, survival prospects are also projected to improve. So we have here a picture. So try to look at this picture. So this is from the world populations. So in 1990, the populations are in 5.3 billion. But in the year 2070, our populations will reach to 7.6 billion. And it was predicted that by the 2030, it will become 8.5 billion. And in the year 2050, it will 9.7 billion on the populations. So it was predicted during the 2100s that the populations will become rich up to 11.2 billion. So imagine how populations growth are being expanded within this year and tried to figure out this world populations within 1960 to 2050. So, this time, the China has become the leading populated country in the whole world. But during the 2050 year, the India will become the first populated nations that will become a 1 billion populated within that year. And that's the end of my report. Miss Christine Bunsay will continue the topic.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now let's continue the topic, urbanization. We already know what's the urbanization from the previous lesson. It is a rise or the increase of population or the movement of people from rural area to urban areas. So now we're going to talk the urbanization concept. First is the world urbanization. Urbanization is a worldwide movement. So when we see world urbanization, it is a worldwide movement from the word worldwide. So over 2.8 billion people, nearly 46% of the world population now live in urban areas. So according to the survey, developed countries has 75% population, while the developing countries has 14% population. Over-urbanization, so situation in which a city cannot supply adequate jobs and housing for its inhabitants. So over-urbanization, it also refers to overpopulated city. And this city cannot supply enough jobs, even food supply, water supply, and even the space because of the large numbers of the inhabitants. So that is over urbanization. So third is suburbanization. Loss of population of a city to surrounding areas. For example, loss of population of a city to surrounding areas. So for example, a city has specific areas, and that areas is more advanced, more technologies, and focus on more technologies and has an economic development. So the people of that city will go to or migrate on that specific area, and specializing. Kumbaga, they only focus on economic activity, financial activity, economic activity, industrialization, employment, and etc. So they only focus sa pagpapayaman. So again, HCP, it is a small, however, it has a full range of services. Nandito yung complete package na yung HCP. Though, small siya, pero complete na siya. Nandiyan yung schools, medical facilities, hotels, malls, and etc. Okay, now we're going to talk about theories of urban development and how the urban developed. So, based on this theories. So first we have concentric zone theory. It emphasizes the fact that growth in any area of city is largely influenced by politics and economics. So concentric zone theory talks about that the growth of a city is largely influenced by politics and economics. So this theory also it talks about that the distribution of space is heavily influenced by those who have money to buy the land they want. For the purposes that they have in their mind. Like for example, those people that have a money, they want to buy a land na pagtayuan nila ng, they want to invest businesses, they want to build factories and many more. So that is why it largely influenced the economics. So the next theory is multiple nuclei theory. Based in its predictions, the types of geographic and historical factors it emphasizes are also important for understanding any specific city. So there are many cities that you do not know or you do not follow the patterns. It's either sector theory ba sila or concentric zone theory. So a city that has as area, a specific area na, like for example, no, in a area, in a city, in an area is for the industrialization, in a city is not the medical facilities, in a city is for the residential use only. So that is multiple nuclei theory. So next, we have sector theory, also contributed to an understanding of urban growth. So a certain city is more attractive because of the different activities and because of the sector which is responsible in developing developing the roads, like for example the railroads, the seaport, the rail lines, super highways, and etc. So because of that, a city will become more progress because of the roads that developed by the different sector, and it will cause for the free trade and investments, mga opportunities, and easy access of transportation. So the last theory is peripheral theory. So urban growth research up to date by emphasizing the development of suburbs around the central city. So a city which is dependent on shipping line, railroads has been replaced by the flexible means of transportation, such as cars, cargo trucks, and it has encircled by highways. So the new technology is loosening the ties of the loose part of city to the central city core. So as a result, that city will be oriented away from the older urban core. So we are done sa theories of urban development. Let's proceed to collective behavior. So it refers to the spontaneous behavior of people who are responding to similar stimuli. So collective behavior, it is a behavior that is not mandated or regulated by the institution. So this is a behavior that the people possess spontaneously and they are responding to the same events or to the similar stimuli. So this is a this is a natural behavior nila. So collective behavior has four types. Has four kinds. So aromor, had a crowd then. But before we tackle that, let us first define what is dispersed collectivity. Made up of people who are not physically connected but who follow common rules or respond to common stimuli. So, dispersed collectivity, it refers to, it is made up of people. So, for example, I have a behavior of panic. So, madali lang akong mapanic. So, when it comes to mga, sa mga kanang, mga report or mga oral recitations, tapos wala akong custody, so magpanic na rin ko anak. So, ako'y instances na same po sa akong behavior na pero we are not connected, we are not physically connected to each other. For example, na siya sa lain na school or na siya sa lain na lugar na same gyapon sa ako behavior, which is kung na may mga aksidente, may mga, for example, may mga reports, may mga extemporaneous, so magpanic din siya. So that is dispersed collectivity. So it means of people who are not physically connected, but it follow common rules and respond to the common stimuli. So that is dispersed collectivity. So now, let's proceed sa types of collective behavior. First is a rumor. So, it's a widely circulating story of questionable truth. So, a rumor is closely related sa gossip. So, it questioned the truth, the fact. It is wide, diba? It's a widely circulating story, mga haka-haka lang, mga gawa-gawa lang. So, mga gawa-gawa lang. So, in a vernacular word, a rumor is a chismis. So, next is urban legend. So, are moralistic tales passed along by people whose where the stories happen to someone they know, a friend or family member. So, urban legends is a story na walang binasihan na katotohanan. However, natutulutan ng aral. Like for example, yung ahas sa Robinson, circulating story about ahas sa Robinson, half human, half snake. So that is that is an example of urban legend. So because of that story, you have to be careful because mauni na ay snake, na ay mga mga tao, so ang lugar is mawala ng galit. So because of that, maka-learn ko okay, dili dahil dapat ko mag-inusahan ng lakaw, dapat I have to be careful and so on. So, next is a flood. Is an unusual behavior pattern that spread rapidly, is embraced zealously, and then disappears after a short time. So, a flood is commonly related sa trends, no? Spread rapidly, pero mawala na po siya, ma-fade na po siya, it disappears after a short period of time. Example is kanang mga katong dulaan na fidget spinner na daghan na na-addict ato pero kalaunan na wala lagi ako siya na kanang wala na kayo nagagamit. And also the mga crocs na shoes, mga crocs na mga slippers din. Wala na kayo nagagamit. And also isa pa ba about sa mga clothing sa una kayo medyo fitting pa kayo mga aesthetic na kayo mga dress, mga bulak-bulak. That's why part na siya sa fun, kanang trends na dali ra mawala. So next is a crowd. Is a temporary collection of people who share an immediate common interest. Okay, a crowd is not something like people reside in a small area and they will become crowded. No, a crowd here is an event which makes people to gather, to move, to go, and to share urgent feelings and not the natural feelings nila. So, like for example, Kadayawan. So, ang mga tao pupunta sa Kadayawan, then they share the urgent feelings that they had on that particular event, on that particular scenario, and that is a crowd. We became crowded. Na nag-share sila sa ilang feelings on that within that day and within that area. That is a crowd. So next is four types of crowds according to Herbert Dahmer in 1969. So first, a casual crowd is the less organized, less emotional, and most temporary type of crowd. So a casual crowd, it is a less organized. So when you say less organized, for example, na disgrasya or ano na lang, na ay muambak sa building, ano lang. So less organized, dili kayo organized sa mga tao, ay magtapos na sila, wala na yung muambak sa building, so mga sa dito kanina, and less emotional, dili kayo sila. Ang ilang reaction niya, ayaw anak lang, mga reaction niya, less emotional, dili kayo, emotional, less emotional. Basta less emotional din. And most temporary type of crowd, dali ka siya, it fades quickly. So, kumbaga after mawala tayo. Mawala after accident, okay na ang kanang katungba. For example, babae ito may ambak sa building. So, after event, ang mga tao umalik sa ilang natural na gihimo. That is a casual crowd. Next is a conventional crowd. Has a specific purpose and follows accepted norms for appropriate behavior. So, it's very informal. There is a conventional crowd is formal. So, example sa conventional crowd is kinamutan ang pag-singing, pag-showing. So, of course, there is a specific purpose which is magtanaw ka og singing. Your purpose giving mo. While it follows accepted norms, which is bawal mo sabak-sabak. Of course, if you are going to watch the film, you have to respect na bawal ka magsabak-sabak. Bawal ka mag-shagit or something like make unnecessary noise. So that is a conventional crowd. So next is expressive crowd. So have no significant or long-term purpose beyond unleashing emotion. Example, naay concert ang nakit din sa Pilipinas. So the K-pop fans will attend that concert, that event, then they are going to express their feelings, their emotions. So kasagaran din of course, kay fan man sila grupo, they are yelling, they are shouting, they are rocking. So that is an expressive crowd. So the last crowd is active crowd, a crowd that takes some action toward a target. So this is a crowd that concentrates intensely to the objective, objective. It engages aggressive behavior in order to achieve that objective. For example, ASEAN Summit. ASEAN countries will gather because they will discuss about the issues, mga issues, and they are going to engage some action para ma-achieve or para ma-address na issue. That is an active crowd na ay objective. Now let's proceed to mob and riot. So this mob is also part of collective behavior. So a mob is an emotionally stimulated disorderly crowd that is really to use destructive environments to achieve a purpose. So like for example, a mob, a prisoner who accidentally nakagawa sa restaurant. So if I'm not mistaken, itong recent report sa Texas ba to, daghan mga estudyante ang nakatay because of an appropriate action of a person, a man na namusin para siya ang mga estudyante. That is an example of a mob. While a riot, it involve a much wider range of activities than a mob action. So, riot, kung sa mob man is involved only one person, sa riot is more than people, it involves more than people, and also the action nila it covers wider range of activities. Like for example, two groups the very complex problems. So, mag-abot sa kanya, mag-pinagyanin na Diyod, so magkaguguduan. That is riots. Okay, let's proceed sa theories of crowd behavior. First is contagion. So, open your first of this is from person to person. So, if we are going to relate in statistics, it is, kumbaga, this is makatakot na sakit. But, we talk about crowd behavior. So, contagion, this is a behavior of a person na makatakot sa usang tao. For example, a leader of a government, of a barangay lang. Of a barangay is very manipulative. So, that is why, that is a contagion. So, next is emergent norm theory. This is the similarity between daily social behavior and crowd behavior. So, the emergent norm theory, this is the rules of emergent norm theory in a particular situation. No? The crowd participants are not aware and not unless they find themselves in that situation, in that norms. No? Mauna ang emergent norm theory. Hindi sila kabalo, wala silang kabaluan ng norm. Not unless sila na mismo ang maka-witness, sila na mismo ang maka-perform ang norm. So that is emergent norm theory. Last theory sa crowd behavior is convergence theory. Crowds are formed by people who deliberately congregate with others of like-minded. So from the word convergence, no, mag-usap sila. So people are going to unite together. So the example of this is, people with common interests has a desire in order for them to come together and to meet the purposes. So that's the end. In lesson 3, module 3, lesson 3. So I'm going to have our application. So the application group the students into 3 groups, assign them the 3 topics: population process, malnutrition and ideology about population change, and world population health. So this topic is ito yung mga na-cover natin sa double discussion of the lesson 3. So ito din yung targeted objectives natin. So give them the task to make a summarization based the topic they assign. So since we done discussing your